Today is the feast day of the Immaculate Conception. So what does Immaculate Conception mean? It means that Mary was conceived without the stain of original sin that the rest of us are born in. This original sin, the first one, was committed by Adam. Adam ate from the tree, he disobeyed God, and by doing this, he committed the first sin, or the original sin. And when he did this, the whole of the human race fell away from God. They lost the grace of God, and all of nature fell away with God. But Mary, she was exempt from the stain of original sin because she was to be the mother of Jesus. So Jesus needed a perfect vessel by which to enter and by which to come into the world. And so because of this, he had to come through a perfect lady. You know, if you had to create your own mother, wouldn't you create a perfect? And that's what he did. He created Mary perfect without the stain of original sin in order that he could enter into the world. So who thought of the words Immaculate Conception? Well, throughout the centuries in the church, there was much debate going on between the Franciscans and the Dominicans. And one Franciscan, whose name is Duns Scotus, Blessed Duns Scotus, he came up with the theory that Mary, through a singular privilege, in anticipation of the merits of Jesus Christ, of the merits of the Passion of Jesus Christ, that she would be conceived without the stain of original sin, and she was exempted from this original sin. And in anticipation of the passion and death of Jesus, Jesus coming and setting the world right with God and opening the gates of heaven for us again, she needed to be exempt in order for Jesus to come into the world and to come through this perfect vessel, which would be Mary. So Duns Scotus came up with this theory that it was in anticipation of these merits. Then Pope Pius IX, in 1854, he proclaimed the dogma of the Immaculate Conception. And he set forth that the feast day of the Immaculate Conception would be December 8th, which is today. In 1858, Mary appeared to a little girl in Lourdes, France, and she told her that her name was the Immaculate Conception. And in doing that, she confirmed the dogma that Pope Pius IX had proclaimed 4 years before. She confirmed that she was the Immaculate Conception. So this was acknowledgement from heaven that Mary has the title of the Immaculate Conception because she was conceived without the stain of original sin by a singular privilege of God, from God, and nobody else except her has received this great grace. So today we celebrate the feast of the Immaculate Conception, and in Lourdes, France, Mary appeared under the title in 1858 of the Immaculate Conception.